This is the reading of the Science Test, Grade 7, Unit 3, Force and Motion, 2014-2015. Question number 1. Identify the situation in which no work is being done. Is it A, the boy lifts the box above his head? Is it B, the boy tosses the box into the truck? C, the boy pushes the box up a ramp? Or D, the boy pushes on the wall? Identify the situation in which no work is being done. Question number 2. Identify a situation below in which work is being done. F, turning a page in a science book. G, reading a science book. H, resting a science book against the wall. J, holding a science book. Question number 3. In a germinating seed, the downward growth of roots and the upward growth of leaves and stems are the plant's responses to A, sunlight, B, gravity, C, osmosis, D, water. Question number 4. What evidence proves that no work is being done on an object? F, an object does not move from one point to another. G, an object moves from one point to another. H, an object has mass. J, an object has volume. Question number 5. What caused the behavior of the plant in the diagram above? Is it A, response to gravity? B, negative homeostasis? C, excessive humidity? D, lack of turgor pressure? Question number 6. A batter walks up to home plate with his bat, stands with his bat in the air, swings his bat, and makes contact with the ball. In which part of this situation is no work occurring? Is it F, the batter walks up to home plate with his bat? G, batter stands with his bat in the air? H, batter swings the bat? J, batter makes contact with the ball? Question number 7. How much work is done if a force of 2 newtons is used to move a box of 4 meters? How much work is done if a force of 2 newtons is used to move a box 4 meters? Is it A, 0.5 newton meters? B, 2 newton meters? C, 6 newton meters? Or D, 8 newton meters? Question number 8. Using the above graphic, who is doing more work to move the barrel into the truck? Is it F, the man using the short ramp is doing more work? G, the man using the long ramp is doing more work? H, they are both doing the same amount of work? J, there is not enough information provided. Question number 9. 2 containers were delivered to the office. The mass of one container is 4 kilograms, while the other is 2.5 kilograms. Which of the following situations demonstrates work being done? A, person is standing and holding the 2.5 kilogram container. B, person is holding the 4 kilogram container above their head. C, person is lifting the 2.5 kilogram container from the floor to the table. D, a person is holding the 4 kilogram container while sitting in their seat. Question number 10. 2 workers are using ramps to load barrels into 2 identical trucks. One worker is using a short ramp while the other is using a long ramp. who has to use more force to move the barrel into the truck? Is it F, the man using the short ramp has to use more force? G, the man using the long ramp has to use more force? H, they are both using the same amount of force? J, there is not enough information provided. Question number 11. A student was asked to set up an experiment to determine how the angle of a ramp affects the amount of force needed to move a 1 kilogram object. Which of the following pieces of equipment would the student use for the equipment? 1 is the ramp, 2, triple beam balance, 3, a spring scale, 4, a graduated cylinder, 5, a 1 kilogram mass. Is the answer 1, 2, and 5? Is it 1, 3, and 5? Is it 1, 2, 3, and 5? Or 1, 3, and 4? Remember, at any time you can pause the video to answer your questions and then restart it. Question number 12. A student was asked to set up an experiment to determine how the angle of a ramp affects the amount of force needed to move a 1 kilogram object. Which of the following pieces of safety equipment should be used for the experiment? Is it goggles? Is it gloves? Is it H, apron and goggles? Or J, goggles and gloves? Student was asked to set up an experiment to determine how the angle of a ramp affects the amount of force needed to move a 1 kilogram object. Which of the following data tables would be most appropriate for collecting the data? Question number 13. A student was asked to set up an experiment to determine how the angle of a ramp affects the amount of force needed to move a 1 kilogram object. Which of the following data tables would be most appropriate for collecting the data? Is it A, force and angle? Is it B, force and mass? Is it C, angle and force? Or is it D, mass and force? Question number 14. Moving service is delivering boxes to a warehouse. The workers use 15.3 newtons of force to move a box 17 meters across the floor. Calculate the work being done on the box. Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. Remember, at any time you can pause the video, start again when you're ready. Question number 15. This question will need to be answered into your answer page on your answer document. Student was asked to set up an experiment to determine how the angle of a ramp affects the amount of force needed to move a 1 kilogram object. The data for the experiment follows. When the ramp was set at 90 degrees, it took 10 newtons of force to move the 1 kilogram object. When the ramp was set at 60 degrees, it took 8.6 newtons of force to move the 1 kilogram object. When the ramp was set at 30 degrees, it took 5 newtons of force to move the 1 kilogram object. What conclusion can be made from the above data? Remember to write your answer into the answer document on the second page. Go back, neatly mark in all your bubble answers, and then turn your test in.